this is JC. Welcome to Urban Life Guy, where we explore the urban lifestyle and jungle survival. Today it's something a bit different because I'm going to share with you my pool hall EDC loadout. That's right, what I bring when I play pool. First, if you watch this channel regularly but have not subscribed, please do so to help the channel out. And if you'd like to support the channel a bit more, do check out my shop links in the pinned comment or description below. You can even join as a channel member for exclusive content. Thanks a lot. I think there must be a big crossover audience with pool players and EDC, right? If you are a pool player, please let me know in the comments below. I'd like to know what that crossover is. So I play pool fairly regularly, and when I go, I would definitely carry my EDC loadout and of course my pool EDC loadout. So let's show you what I have. This is the Tactical Geek sling bag, or one of the bags. I really like it because of the size. I've done a review on this before, so I won't go into the details. And in fact, in terms of an EDC loadout for urban EDC, I've actually gone through this loadout previously, fairly recently, I'd say within the last month or two. So I won't go through all the details. You can check out that video. I'll leave the link above as well as in the description below. But basically, I do have my skeleton, I do have my power bank, my wallet, flashlight, pen, first aid, I've got earbuds here, and then just some hygiene stuff behind. So all this is kind of my loadout, and then I keep space in case I need to put other stuff inside. But this is basically my urban EDC loadout, at least my current one. I do not change my EDC loadout by the day or by the week. Usually it goes on for months, and if I get bored maybe and just want to switch things out, I would. Or maybe I might switch out the skeleton for a Susami knife or a forwarder or dedicated to just for fun. But essentially that is it. And this is just a great pouch. Crossbody sling is how I carry it, either on the back or the front. And then I've got some morale patches over here. This is by Maxpedition, and this is just something I got online. So just overall a nice loadout for urban EDC. Alright, so that's my regular stuff. Let's talk about specific to pool. So I do have a pool case over here. Now it can't fit entirely in frame in the camera here in the studio, but basically this is a 2+2 case, meaning it can take 2 butts and 2 shafts, which is equivalent of 2 queues. 2 queues that break apart and put together. So you basically have 4 pieces within the main compartment, and then you've got smaller kind of compartments here. So this case is made from PU, so it's not real leather, but it's really hardy. I've actually traveled with this overseas. I've checked it in as check-in luggage, absolutely no problem. Now over here, normally you'd put either an extension or a jump cue handle here. This I already just have that shoulder strap if I need it. And then here you'd also put an extension or other accessory. I don't have anything in here. Now over here, let's open up the bigger compartment there. So there are 2 pouches over here. For the bigger pouch, basically just 2 items. These are just cleaning materials. This is kind of cleaning, a shaft cleaner. So your shaft will get build up of dirt and chalk. So you have 2 surfaces here. One's a slightly rougher, one is more of like a polisher. So you just clean your cue shaft like that, and you can see it gets really dirty. And I also carry a microfiber cloth. Again, when I don't need to use, just want to do a wipe down, I use this. And look at this. This is Artisan Cutlery. That's right. That's a knife brand for you who don't know. So it's always good to get nice for that microfiber cloth. Now over here in front, it's more of my, I guess the tools you'd call it. So this is a chalk holder with a clip. So this is magnetic. This clips into my pocket when I play, and I can keep my chalk there. So in pool, you do need chalk. So it comes with a nice cap, so you don't get chalk all over in the pocket when you travel. But this is set aside, and then basically this is just clipped on, and then you can chalk up if you want, put it back if you do not want to leave your chalk on the table. So it depends. Sometimes if I'm playing in a pool parlor that doesn't have the same chalk or a different color, then I would want to carry my own chalk. Or if you're playing with other people and they're the chalk and you don't really want to share chalk, then you could do that. So that is there. I have spare chalk, so this is just a regular chalk box, not magnetic, but it's just to carry my spare chalk if I need that. Now I've got two tools here. This is a Qtip Shaper. This is by Willard's, made in the USA, and basically it's to shape the tip of your cue. Now, normal leather playing cues have leather tips, and if you use them over time, especially if you shoot very hard and your tip is the soft tip or even a medium tip, it might mushroom or get out of shape over time. This is to help get it into shape. You can also use it to rough up the tip of the leather cue to accept more chalk. But you use it to shape. Honestly, I don't need to use this that much. I don't play a lot of hard strokes. I have a break cue, so I don't break with my playing cue. But I have this especially to help people who I might be playing with who don't have their own cues and they're using house cues, and house cues generally may not be as well maintained, so you might need to touch it up, so I'll use that. But I do have a tapper which was given to me actually many years ago, and this basically, it's not lipstick, but you can see it's got a bit of a point over there, and what you do is you take the your leather Q-tip. If you need to scruff it up, you can tap this onto the leather so it creates indentations and allows chalk to hold better to the leather tip. That's what this is. So just little bits of gear, doesn't take up much space, not heavy, that all goes in there. And basically what I'm using most of the time would just be the chalk every time I play. And then of course for the main thing would be the cues. Now these are the cues I have right now. Okay, let's try to open this. Now it's gonna be hard to let you see inside. Let's see. Yeah, you can see how it's arranged. So you've got two butts and then two shafts, although it's black, it's hard to see right there. But let me pull them out. So for the last probably 20 years, I've been playing with a McDermott cue. That's my playing cue, as well as a Fury for my jump break cue. So I've recently changed my cues. And the first one is my playing cue. That will be this one here. This is by J Flowers. It's a brand out of China, and it's a really nice cue. This is their JF20 series, I believe, and this is the BTF. It's an exotic wood, and personally I do like the look of these more traditional designs rather than the very psychedelic kind of designs. So it's got a leather wrap and it's got inlays as well. So it's, to me, aesthetically very pleasing. And it features a carbon fiber shaft as well, and actually that's new to me. So my original cues, I've always been playing with maple wood shafts. This is carbon fiber, leather tip, that's medium, and this screws on. I won't go into too much details of the cues. I will be doing a review in part 2 and part 3 of this Pool EDC series. But this is my current playing cue, and it's going very well. What's very new, and I'm trying out actually now, is this cue. This is a jump break cue. This is the Little Monster jump break cue. Basically, it's for breaking and it's for jumping balls. It also features a carbon fiber shaft, as you can see here, but the head is different. This head is what we call a phenolic tip, so it's harder, it is plastic, so it's not leather. You can't use the tapper to scruff it up. Your chalk just goes on it, and it has to be hard because you're breaking balls, so you want a very hard tip, and you're jumping balls. When you jump a ball, you need to compress it onto the table so that it kind of squirts and compresses and jumps. You don't dig under the ball, so you need a very hard tip. So that's very different from the leather tip. I know visually it may not look that different. Let's see if we can put this here, make sure that the camera can focus. Yeah, so generally phenolic tips tend to be black or dark gray, and then leather would be brown. So visually you might not be able to see it, but a pool player would be able to see the difference. And definitely when you play it, there's a huge difference because this is extremely hard. Most pool players would prefer a medium or soft tip for better control of the cue ball to apply English and spin and stuff like that. But when you go to the pool parlor, most of the time the house cues, that means the ones that everyone uses, they tend to use leather tips but hard tips, just because it's used by so many people, a lot of wear and tear. So if they use a soft tip, it's going to wear out too fast, so they use hard tips. But then that is harder to control but easier to break. Right, that's it. That is my pool EDC. And I know this has been a different kind of EDC video, but I hope you enjoyed it. Let's end off by heading to the pool parlor and let's shoot some balls. And we'll end the video there. So I made it to the pool parlor, I'm warming up and I'm just shooting balls as I've laid out the table. So just like straight pool, any ball that can hit, I'm going to hit. So it's not like 9 ball, 8 ball where you have to shoot in a certain sequence, but I'm still playing position to get to each subsequent ball. So here I'm drawing back to get the true ball. And the objective, of course, is to maintain a run. That means just continuously get balls in until you miss. Well, I hope you enjoyed this particular video. I know it's not my normal urban EDC or jungle video, but as mentioned, I think there's a big crossover of pool players. Now, if you like the video, do let me know if you'd like to see more pool content. This is the first of a 3-part series. In the next 2 videos, I will be reviewing the cues I had, because I think that'll be interesting for some people as well. But let's see how far I can go, and at the end of the run, we'll end the video as well. So pool is about both shot making and getting in a position for the next ball, what they call cue ball control. So I'm kind of scanning to decide what I want to do. So I'm going to go for that purple and black striped ball, which is closest to you. Get that in the corner pocket and just draw back slightly to get that 9 ball, which is that yellow and black ball, into the corner pocket. And I want to hold for position so I can go for that blue striped ball in the top right corner as well. So I managed to draw back just a bit, could have done a stop shot as well. And now I'm lined up to get this ball in and hit the black ball after that. Let's see how I do. And of course I overcut and miss. That's the end of the run, so this is the end of the video.